Chapter 8, Motivation. 8.1 What is motivation? 8.2 Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs Theory. 8.33 Needs Theory. 8.4 Equity Theory. 8.5 Expectancy Theory. 8.6 Current Issues in Motivation. Learning Objectives. Define motivation. Understand common concepts of early and contemporary theories. Discuss current issues in motivation. 8.1 What is motivation? Motivation is the word derived from the word motive, which means needs, desires, wants or drives within the individuals. It is the process of stimulating people to actions to accomplish the goals. In the work goal context, the psychological factors stimulating the people's behavior can be desire for money, success, recognition, job satisfaction, teamwork, etc. 8.2 Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs Theory. Abraham Maslow first introduced the concept of a hierarchy of needs in his 1943 paper, titled A Theory of Human Motivation, and again in his subsequent book, Motivation and Personality. This hierarchy suggests that people are motivated to fulfill basic needs before moving on to other, more advanced needs. 8.3 McClelland's Needs Theory. McClelland's needs theory was proposed by a psychologist, David McClelland, who believed that the specific needs of the individual are acquired over a period of time and gets molded with one's experience of the life. McClelland's needs theory is sometimes referred to as three-need theory or learned needs theory. McClelland's needs theory. Need for power, NPOW. What is power? Power is the ability to induce or influence the behavior of others. The people with high power needs seek high-level positions in the organization, so as to exercise influence and control over others. Generally, they are outspoken, forceful, demanding, practical/realistic, not sentimental, and like to get involved in the conversations. Need for affiliation, NAFIL. People with high need for affiliation derives pleasure from being loved by all and tend to avoid the pain of being rejected. Since the human beings are social animals, they like to interact and be with others where they feel people accept them. Thus, people with these needs like to maintain the pleasant social relationships, enjoy the sense of intimacy, and like to help and console others at the time of trouble. Need for achievement, NACH. McClelland found that some people have an intense desire to achieve. He has identified the following characteristics of high achievers. High achievers take the moderate risks, i.e., a calculated risk while performing the activities in the management context. This is opposite to the belief that high achievers take high risk. High achievers seek to obtain the immediate feedback for the work done by them, so as to know their progress towards the goal. Once the goal is set, the high achiever puts himself completely into the job, until it gets completed successfully. He will not be satisfied until he has given his 100% in the task assigned to him. A person with a high need for achievement accomplishes the task that is intrinsically satisfying and is not necessarily accompanied by the material rewards. 8.4 Equity Theory. Equity theory is a theory of motivation that suggests that employee motivation at work is driven largely by their sense of fairness. Employees create a mental ledger of the inputs and outcomes of their job and then use this ledger to compare the ratio of their inputs and outputs to others. Inputs: this includes any contribution that an individual makes toward an organized activity. This can include specialized knowledge, experience, tenure, the organization, number of hours, foregone opportunities, task prioritization, etc. Outputs: these are the rewards received as a result of the input. This can include compensation, title, recognition, autonomy, etc. Referent: the referent may be a specific person or a category of people. The important point is that the referent is comparable to the individual employee's situation, such as those with similar positions, titles, roles, etc. 8.5 Expectancy Theory. The expectancy theory was proposed by Victor Vroom of Yale School of Management in 1964. Vroom stresses and focuses on outcomes, and not on needs, unlike Maslow and Herzberg. The expectancy theory states that employees' motivation is an outcome of how much an individual wants a reward, valence. The assessment that the likelihood that the effort will lead to expected performance, expectancy, and the belief that the performance will lead to reward, instrumentality. In short, valence is the significance associated by an individual about the expected outcome. It is an expected and not the actual satisfaction that an employee expects to receive after achieving the goals. Expectancy is the faith that better efforts will result in better performance. Expectancy is influenced by factors such as possession of appropriate skills for performing the job, availability of right resources, availability of crucial information, and getting the required support for completing the job. Instrumentality is the faith that if you perform well, then a valid outcome will be there. Instrumentality is affected by factors such as belief in the people who decide who receives what outcome, the simplicity of the process deciding who gets what outcome, and clarity of relationship between performance and outcomes. Thus, the expectancy theory concentrates on the following three relationships. Effort-performance relationship: what is the likelihood that the individual's effort be recognized in his performance appraisal? Performance-reward relationship: it talks about the extent to which the employee believes that getting a good performance appraisal leads to organizational rewards. Rewards-personal goals relationship: it is all about the attractiveness or appeal of the potential reward to the individual. 8.6 Current issues in motivation. Understanding and predicting employee motivation is one of the most popular areas in management research. However, contemporary theories of employee motivation are influenced by some significant workplace issues: managing cross-cultural challenges, motivating unique groups of workers, designing appropriate rewards programs, and work-life balance. 1. Cross-cultural challenges. Most of the theories were developed in the USA and were meant for the Americans. Maslow's needs hierarchy aligns with American culture. Countries which rank high on group dominance, this theory is not applicable. Similarly, the achievement motivation is also biased in favor of America. High individual achievement characteristics are absent in some countries like Chile and Portugal. Equity theory is also highly use-biased. 2. Motivating particular groups of workers. Different employees join an organization with different skills, abilities, interests, and attitudes, and also different needs and expectations. This difference is due to diversity of jobs and diversity of performers, i.e., diversity. While men need more autonomy, women are more interested in opportunity to learn, flexi timings, and opportunity to learn. People want to work for 4 days, but 10 hours a day. People want to work from homes, and telecommuting has made it possible. Jobs sharing, 2 or more people splitting a full-time job, has also become popular among those who do not want to work full-time. 3. Designing appropriate rewards programs. Organizations open their account books before their employees, to make them understand the implications of what they do, how do they do, and the impact of their actions on the bottom line of the organization. This is called open book management. Should it be the rule or an exception? Due to intense competition for market share, the companies have opted for fixed pay plus payment related to performance, on the basis of pieces sold, incentive plans, profit sharing, or lump sum bonus. This kind of pay system is called as pay for performance. A recent extension of pay for performance is competency-based compensation. Many companies have started stock options. These are financial incentives to employees to turn into owners, so that they work hard to earn more stock options. 4. Work-life balance. Work/life practices are those that help employees juggle their responsibilities at work with those outside of work. It is now widely accepted that external preoccupations can cause stress, absenteeism, resignations, altered work performance, and reduced motivation. Work-life balance has become a big issue for the regenerating productive capacity and concern for the quality time for the family. Thank you.